Hello guys, this is Zona and welcome back to another PD2 video. Today we're going to talk about the hybrid FireClaw Bear Druid. This is a classic build and has become even more powerful in PD2. It's a very easy to play build and has great damage output. And the damage is a combination of fire and physical damage, which means you won't have to worry about fire immune anymore. And this is my very first PD2 video that isn't based on a barbarian. So, let's jump into the details now. What the? I'm sorry, hold on. What the? The mechanics of FireClaw is to deal fire damage plus your normal attack, which is obviously physical damage. If I have 500 normal attack damage and my FireClaw has 2000 fire damage, I'll be doing 2500 damage each tick. With plus skills gear and shape-shifting skillers, FireClaw can deal a ton of fire damage, so an extremely fast weapon is absolutely needed. Let's see an example here. This is a crystal sword with 6 shell runes in. My FireClaw is doing roughly 22k fire damage, absolutely one hitting every non-fire immune. But when it comes to fire immune, the situation is not so good. So how can we solve this problem? Remember I said, it's a combination of fire and physical damage build. The answer is more, and most importantly, our weapons. Cast more and you'll see your normal attack damage increased. Even if I have only 1 point on more, with skillers and gear, it can still enhance my physical damage by almost 50%. And the best part is, with the green orb on, we can stun the monsters with FireClaw. How cool is that? So, our goal is to find an extremely fast weapon with great physical damage, and maybe some plus skills if possible. I suggest to use one of these two weapons, Athena's Wrath and Windhammer. They can both reach 4 frames attack speed with some shell runes in, and that is the fastest attack speed we can possibly reach in this game. Athena's Wrath has OK-ish physical damage and plus 3 to Druid skills, makes it a very powerful weapon for this build. Windhammer has a lot of IAS and crushing blow. Its beautiful minimum damage makes our damage output very stable and smooth. The gear and skills options are the most interesting things for this build. FireClaw is the only one skill we must max. Put 1 point on Bear, Lycanthropy, Maul, and Hunger, and we're free to choose what skills to max out. We could max Werebear for physical damage and armor, or max Hunger for critical strike and movement speed, or simply max these 4 fire skills that synergize FireClaw to have greatest fire damage. For gear options, we can use Cerebus Bite and Tooth Roll for shape-shifting skills and deadly strike. Or we can use Jalos and Arcanist Valor for skills, FHR and resistance. Or we can even use Triangle Set for fire mastery, which provides a lot of fire damage and fire pierce. Also, we can have Infinity on Merc for lower enemies' fire resistance and defense. Or we can have Pride on Merc for better physical damage and attack rating. In short, every single gear slot or skill we choose is whether to enhance our physical damage or to enhance our fire damage. After doing a lot of tests, I suggest 2 different endgame setups. Number 1. Windhammer, Cerebus with fire facets, High Lords, Tooth Roll with fire facets, Verdango, Ravenfrost and Dual Lich Ring, Palemouth and Sandstorm Track, max Werebear, FireClaw, and all rest points on fire elemental skills. You can have 1 point on Armageddon, but it's more like entertaining instead of doing real damage. I don't like to use Heart of the Wolverine. This little thing's way too squishy even if it's maxed. As a melee, sometimes I can't protect my merc, not to mention the stupid, spirit. Act 2 merc using Templar's Might and Pride. With this setup, we have around 14k FireClaw and 8k to 12k physical damage, and the 90% deadly strike convert physical damage from 12k to 22k, 4 frames per attack, which is 6.25 hits per second. Means we're doing 205k damage per second. 42% of damage is fire and 58 is physical damage. Number 2. Athena's Wrath. Mara's triangle set with fire facets. 2 BK ring. Sandstorm. We need mana leech corruption on rings or gloves. Max FireClaw, hunger, and all rest points on fire elemental skills. Act 2 merc using Templar's Might and Pride. With this setup, we have around 23k FireClaw and 1k to 13k physical damage. And the 81% critical strike from hunger convert physical damage from 13k to 23k. 4 frames per attack, 6.25 hits per second, means we're doing 221k DPS. 55% fire damage and 45% physical damage. I found myself quite comfortable with these two setups, but you don't have to completely follow them. Because I'm constantly doing T3 maps, and there are lots of fire immune monsters in T3, so I need more physical damage to kill them. If you're running areas like Stony Tomb and T1 maps, you can definitely focus on fire damage more. If you're running areas like Chaos Sanctuary and T3 maps, which contain a lot of fire immune like I just mentioned, you will need more physical damage. It's all depending on the areas and the playstyle you prefer. But no matter what gears and skills you choose, with fire and physical damage together, we're definitely able to farm every single area in the entire game. And I believe FireClaw Hybrid Bear can do better than Pure Maw Bear. This is FireClaw Hybrid Bear killing fire immune. And this is Pure Maw Bear killing physical immune. Here's the showcase of how to play this build. Buff yourself up if you have CTA. Wear Bear, cast Maw for a few seconds until your normal attack damage stops increasing. Spam FireClaw, and everything on your way will be melted. Remember to cast Maw once every 15 to 20 seconds to keep the green orb up. In Season 1, I played mostly Barbarian. If I have to rank this build, I would say it's at the same level of Whirlwind, Frenzy, and Wolf Barb. A T3 map is the most difficult map for fire damage builds, but my FireClaw Druid can run a T3 in 11 to 12 minutes, just about the time a melee Barbarian can do. Alright, this is it for today's video, and I hope this helps. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you like my videos. This do help me a lot for making more great videos. Good luck to everyone and enjoy your PD2 journey. I'll see you soon in the next video.
Lycanthropy.
Lycanthropy. Chaos Sanctuary.